Welcome to Around a Round Table, where your favorite guests from the Wreck My podcast get together around a round table and talk about nothing and everything. I'm going to stop this voice now. I'm here with my guest. He's going to give you an offer you can't refuse. It's Cam Molador.
The offer is my penis.
Yep. He's going to give you a fever you can't sweat out because he's sick this week. It's Kreger.
I'm very hot.
Yeah, very hot. He's going to give it to you, baby. It's Joe Kubis.
Because that's the way I like it.
And Jay gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. I'm your host, Jordan. These are the guests. We're doing things. And now we're fading out the music.
Fade.
I want to listen to an actual cut of Jay gonna give it to you.
Jay gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. So
Is that your dog?
That's my dog, yeah.
That was like Santa like harking up a hairball.
It was.
That's my Tim Allen.
It's just DMX as Santa.
So before we get into our first segment here, I want to bring up a listener we have named Sean De La Cruz, who was just recently on the Trivia with Buds podcast. And when
cool.
Ryan asked him, "Hey, how did you get hear about my podcast?" He said, "From the Wreck My podcast," because he listened to us first and went over. So I messaged him and said, "Hey, thanks and everything," and talked. So thank you, Sean De La Cruz.
Thanks, Sean De La Cruz.
He's got a cool page.
He is pretty Sean De La Cool.
He is Sean De La Cool. He has a page called 90s Got Nick.
Oh, cool.
So go check that out. It's all like the Nickelodeon 90s stuff. He's super into Hey Arnold.
Wow.
Yeah, and that falls right in line with us. Guys,
Wow.
I haven't checked our review section in a long time, and there's 2 new reviews there.
let's
and I
read
want to
'em.
say thank you and read them.
Oh, cool. What did Craig write?
Yeah, what did Craig write? Well, this first one, I can't figure out what the screen name is supposed to be for. Gordon Phen 0495.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay maybe?
I was
Yeah,
thinking.
he totes
Wait,
listens.
no. If it was
Commissioner Gordon?
if it was Jeff Gordon, it would be 24.
Yeah, so Gordon Fan 0495 wrote and said, "This podcast is something special. I enjoy the banter and looking back on some of the best times of my childhood. I love the games and fun they have and guess as I listen along. When I get them right, like the Pokemon episode especially, I feel like the Nerd King. Bow down to your Nerd King. For real though, this podcast rocks. Good job, everyone." So thank you, Gordon Fan 0495.
And it sounds like we got reached out to by the Nerd King himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Nerd King graced us with his presence and gave us a great review.
All hail the Nerd King.
All nail the herd king.
Yeah, we'll all nail the Herd King.
Nail that herd
One
king.
could say we've been knighted.
We have been knighted.
Yay, verily.
Can't wait for the next Pokemon podcast.
So
Huzzah!
yeah, so Gordon Fan out there, whoever you are, if you want to write in and let us know who you are, we'll send you a nice stamp on an envelope that's
Dude,
empty.
I have to say, he's pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
He's Gordon Fantastic.
he's Gordon Fantastic. Then the second one we got is from Marissa Cola.
Sounds hot.
Yeah.
I think that is my friend from Vegas.
Okay, cool. So it's a girl, correct?
Yes.
All right. She said,
Still sounds hot.
"This is the first podcast I've ever listened to, and I'm impressed. All the personalities of the guys flow so well together. I love that I lose all my surroundings when listening and can be genuinely entertained, and I 100% yell trivia answers at my phone. Overall, a really refreshing spin on critiques and reviews of pop culture today." I like that she says she can get lost in the surroundings by listening to our voices, but we have the most, terrible, our voices are not like we're speaking Italian, where it's like, "Oh, bella beluscia, la mejor lingua."
Do you feel it would be better if we all spoke Italian?
Yeah, because that's a romantic language. We speak English, which is like next to German and the most harsh language you could speak.
And she's Italian.
Is she Italian? Well, there you go. You mean a name like Marissa Cola?
Her last name, I'm not going to
Yeah, we won't say. So thank you.
And this is her address
Yeah,
and social security number.
Yeah, her PIN number is such.
I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure if it's her.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marissa Cola.
Thanks, Marissa.
Those are
Cola.
great. And we got a few more just straight ratings, too, of 5-star
That's
ratings.
great.
which is
Also,
Yeah.
when you're getting lost, but in your surroundings, please don't crash your car or walk into traffic.
Yeah. Stay safe out there. Wear a condom no matter where you go.
Always. I always do.
Yeah, just have it on. You never know
It's always there.
what's going to happen. All right, guys, let's go into our first segment.
It's somewhere in the room.
Would you rather? Is it in yet? Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the would you rather question of the week. Would you rather live without the internet or live without AC or heating?
Oh.
And we live.
Where are we living?
Here.
Here?
And we live in California in an area where it gets to like 114 degrees in the summer. So imagine not having. And when I say no internet, I mean no data connection either. You can't just like jump on your phone LTE and be fine. No connection at all.
I'll go no AC or heating because the world, you need the internet. It's an absolute necessity now.
At this point in our lives, yeah.
And as much as it sucks to not have AC where we live, like I'll do the do. I'll do the do.
Fans,
fan,
fireplace,
underpants.
Fans, underpants.
Yeah, you sit in your underpants in front of the fan.
No. Are you allowed to sit on dry ice?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah,
go for it, dude.
Yeah,
Try
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to go with Cam on this one. Like, and I'm someone who I cannot sleep if it's not cold.
Yeah.
But we after we got our really, really expensive AC bill during the summer last year, we just straight for the last month of the hot season, we just went with all fans, and it was rough, but it's doable.
Yeah, which one was your biggest fan?
Gordon Phen.
Yeah,
Gordon Phen 0495. Yeah.
Gordon
he or she is getting many shout outs on this podcast.
Is getting lots of shout outs.
They, it.
Probably not it.
No, that's probably not right.
You don't know that.
It's like a dog. Like just like
I like this. If that is true, I would love
like,
that.
It's just typing. Dog with a blog.
Dude, it's Airbud's grandson.
Airbuds. Oh, I forgot to mention you guys. I mentioned to you on our text group that we have, but Sean Daly Cruz requested that we do Boy Meets World and Pete and Pete. And I remember you saying you really like Pete.
Pete is one of my favorite shows all the time.
So that'll be interesting.
And Boy Meets World is one of mine.
Yeah, and I love Boy. So it'd be cool to like check those out. I haven't
as
actually
long
seen
as we
Pete
don't
and
do the trivia on those subjects, we're good.
Yes,
because that would be heavily weighted towards him for Boy Meets World and Pete for him.
Yeah, and then what do we do? Murder She Wrote for Craig.
One time.
So both of you say you have to have the internet. Joe, do you agree?
Yes, because I mean, growing up, we had AC and heater and everything like that. We didn't really use it that often.
You don't need a heater around here very much.
And I felt like back then our parents were even more strict. Like, no, you can't use it as much.
Either that or it was just like you can't touch the thermostat type of thing.
Yeah.
But either way, like I don't really remember it really being on all that often. And
when I was a kid growing up, our AC was on nonstop.
Not ours.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I'm used to it.
Well,
I'd
also,
rather have internet.
If you think about it, like one, we wouldn't be doing this right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
There'd be no way for anyone
like
to consume what we're doing.
The connectivity you have with friends, relatives, and other stuff like that. Our friend Kevin DiLigero, friend of the show, when he was living in Texas for a few months, the only way I really contacted him, like we could talk on the phone, but we basically were playing video games almost every day.
Yeah.
And talking to each other.
Can't do that without the internet. I would agree the internet is important, but here's the problem. There's not a lot of things that outweigh AC for me, because when I get hot, I get angry.
I'm going to challenge you on that. Anything streaming, Netflix, Hulu,
but no, that's
all
why I'm
that
saying
stuff.
I'm still going for internet.
Oh, yeah.
But the caveat is I probably wouldn't spend a lot of time in my home.
Oh, yeah, same.
I would definitely be going to the theater. I'd be going to Starbucks close by. I'd be hanging out everywhere that has AC.
Get a waterproof case, just sit under the shower.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So
no, then your water bill would be way too high.
That's why my side hurt so bad.
I told you to take
I had gassy pants,
That
Jordan.
was like a cartoon fart, dude.
Yeah.
Like this was like a Ren and Stimpy fart.
I cleared some room up so that I could put some beer in my belly.
It's got to be the pleather.
Yeah, it's the pleather.
Nice.
This pleather right here.
It's the oatmeal.
Yeah. So I think we all agree. Yeah, the oatmeal's not good. I think we all agree internet. This is terrible humor. I should cut that whole part out so that people don't have to be subjected to me talking about a fart.
You could just put this in.
Sven. So
just say Sven.
So I think we all agree internet is kind of what we got to do. And cool. Let's move on to our next segment.
Cool.
All I wanna do is drink beer for breakfast. All I wanna eat is them barbecue chips.
So we're gonna drink some beer for after oatmeal break time, and that's the new song. I'm so punk. Yeah. Let's start. Okay, so we have two. One of them is called "Pop That Chocolate Covered Cherry" by Pipe Dream Brewing, which is a sour stout bursting with cherries and chocolate, and the other one is a double IPA.
I think.
Yeah, hang on. We have a fundamental flaw with this name.
Why?
I think I may be joining in on trying a little bit now.
Because you want to try the Pop That Covered Cherry. That chocolate
I thought you were
pop
making.
that cherry, hey, pop that cherry, baby.
I thought you were making like a black cherry joke, like the the butthole.
Ooh, is that your chocolate covered cherry?
Yeah. Once again, do I need to go back there, Krager? Do I need to make the same joke that I did last week?
I would love to hear it again.
That was the sound of my pinky coming out of Krager's mom's butt.
No, I didn't know it was that joke.
He forgot. He's sick. He's feverish. Let's start with the sour stout, and then we'll Cam, would you prefer the IPA first? Because I know you're not a fan of IPA, so that you could end with something that might be more
to end on
enjoyable.
an IPA. I'm fine.
Okay, cool. So let's start with the stout.
It's okay.
Let's start with the other one, the stout.
Why am I talking so high?
I don't know, but you're really making the recording peak, and people hate you. So
It's hurting my ears.
I wasn't talking that loud.
I'm just kidding. Oh no! Oh no!
What is this?
Why is it doing that?
I need an adult.
Here, let me get you some paper towels.
Yes.
We're having some technical.
Just drink it off the table.
drink it like Jesus.
college style.
Drink it. No, it's drink it like Jesus.
Why did it just explode?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say why I think that happened. I think it's because it's a sour stout, and I think because it got sent here in a package that it.
But
anyway,
usually after a certain amount of time, it will
you would think
dissipate.
it's a lot of foam, huh?
There is a ton
of foam.
to the point where like even the cup feels very light.
Yeah. So we just spilled everywhere. Thanks, Brew Interviews. The Brew
Don't hate on
Interviews
them.
sent us both these beers. Actually, thank you very much.
Brew
I do
Interviews,
appreciate
and I
it.
do have to clarify because after re-listening to our previous podcast, I didn't specify. I did like your beers better than the Bud Light Orange.
Oh, the Brew Interviews ones? Yes.
I did like theirs, but I do have to say, Bud Light Orange is pretty good.
Yeah, they go with the taquitos.
Hey Cam, have you gotten any beer yet? Because all I'm drinking is foam.
I got some beer.
I'm gonna let mine kind of settle for a sec.
Yeah.
All I know is after drinking this, I can guarantee you I'm going to get even more.
Phlegmy.
Yeah.
To me, this tastes like a
This is
Sour
phlegmy.
Patch Kid got drunk.
Nice. That's
Like
kind of cool.
like a chocolate-covered
Sour Patch Kid.
Interesting.
That's exactly
Well, here,
what
Have I
it
ever,
tastes like.
side note that no one's going to care about, have I ever told you guys how you can get
What
a
was
soda?
a soda what?
There's a soda that tastes like Sour Patch Kids. You basically go to the soda machines that have all the flavors. You go to the mellow yellow, and you do all the mellow yellow flavors into one cup,
Interesting.
and it tastes like a Sour Patch Kid.
Did you know that they have a Sour Patch Kids cereal?
Oh, that sounds.
It sounds repulsive.
With
I'm too afraid
milk?
to buy it.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds
Yeah. But they have
awful.
it.
I feel like we should try it on the podcast.
Yeah, wreck my stomach.
And for Easter, we'll get the Peep cereal.
Oh,
Oh,
Is that a thing?
I'd be so into that. I love Peeps.
I hate Peeps.
Is
Love
that a
Peeps.
thing?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's-
I saw it on
it's-
the interweb.
You know why I love
On
them?
the
Because
line.
they're gross. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of those things. It's like, these are repulsive. I get them one time a year, and I love them.
It always
I
makes
do have
me-
to say I'm kind of with Cam. Like they are kind of good.
oh, the
It-
Peeps.
It always
Because
makes
they're
me
pure
think
sugar
of,
and marshmallow.
of South Park when they put it in the microwave, and they're like, your face when drinking that.
It's so sour.
It's so sour.
I can't wait to go back and watch that because I missed it.
It Cam nailed it on the head. It's the chocolate covered Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, I feel like I just ate sour Skittles and sucked on it for an hour. Like,
Oh, look at Krager. He just took a sip.
yeah, it's very sour.
He looks like the
Oh my
cover of a Warhead.
yeah.
Oh, it
My
reminds me of
lips
a
are
Warhead.
sour now.
You know what, though? I do really like it.
You know what it
it's
reminds
not bad.
actually not
it's the
bad.
first sip is just stunning, and then you get used to it.
You know what it reminds me of? When you would finish a bag of sour Skittles and get the sour out of the bag after.
Yeah, you want to do the hand motion one more time?
It makes my mouth feel tingly.
Yeah, it does.
Now, question. In what situation would you drink this? You know, like some beers are good for like a barbecue. Some are good
Hot
by the
take.
pool.
Hot take, I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, but
I don't
I
think
can't
it's a hot
pin-
take. I think
can't
a lot of people
pinpoint
like
where
this.
I would drink
say,
this.
I would say a hot day at the beach. Like, it's refreshing. It's tart. It's like the same as like having...
A fruit bowl.
I don't
fruit
know.
bowl.
Like when I'm at a beach, the thing I want to drink is like a
light
Mexican beer.
Yeah, Mexican beer.
I think this would be great for watching a movie because it is like having those Sour Patch Kids and kind of watching that movie to like
Wait,
have
Joe,
that sour flavor.
it definitely
That's
needs
not
to
a
be
bad
hot
idea.
Which
outside
kind
for
of
this,
beer you
though.
say
Yeah.
you like to have?
At the beach?
Yeah.
Like a Mexican beer.
Cervezas. Oh God! I should have put the compressor in this episode so that it stopped these like going so loud. Okay,
I backed away from the mic a little bit.
it was still loud. It didn't work.
this far.
No, he backed away really far, but that was still
That was
loud.
super
Like,
loud.
That was crazy.
Well,
Props to that mic for picking up
It would have been
so
quieter,
well.
but I had to fight through my
Yeah.
sickness.
Yeah.
What's
to fight
that?
through the
What's
phlegm.
that called in Mexican music? It was in Coco. They
The mariachi? I have
yelling?
no idea.
yeah, but it has a name, and it's killing me that I can't think of it right now because I was going to compliment the insert name.
Insert name here.
Tender greens.
Colored
Tender
greens.
greens?
Yeah,
that
tender
one was
greens.
actually bad. Like when I'm not sick, I can do it really well, and I work at a job where I am one of only 3 white people.
Yeah.
and so we always joke around and stuff like that, and I'll occasionally do that. And like some of the workers who never heard it will look at me like, "How did a white guy do that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
So let's talk about this beer.
Yeah. I know.
So we said what we thought of it. We all think it's very sour. It's actually quite delicious. Hey, Lauren,
It's called a grito.
a grito.
Grito.
Greedo?
Grito.
Han shot first.
So
Han shot.
yeah, he just shot.
He just shot.
Congratulations, Lauren. You found a sour that I actually do enjoy
Wait,
drinking.
I love it.
I don't really taste the chocolate that much.
I don't taste any chocolate. It's all just
It's
cherry tart.
After you take your sip and you wait a minute, it's the last lingering flavor on your tongue is a really light chocolate
So
flavor.
you should say you should just let it linger.
Yeah. Do you have to?
Yes, Joe.
I have a.
Yes, you have
Well,
to.
I think it's good. I don't think I could have more than one.
No, I don't think I could have a whole can of it,
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't think I could either.
Like a 5-ounce pour is probably, but it's also because my palate's not refined towards sours yet. I'm still
neither am I.
slightly getting into
With me,
it.
I could drink a whole can of this
Yeah,
or
because
two.
you're
and be
getting
happy.
there. Yeah, like
See,
you're getting used to the sours.
I could get a whole can, no problem. I think the issue is because it's so heavy, our stomachs would get if you have
Bloated
more-
faster?
Yeah, if you drank them too quick in succession, you would feel, you wouldn't feel very good.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to eat this with something really fatty to cut the fat.
Ooh, that would be good.
I have pizza at home.
I just can't get around sours.
All right,
It's
guys.
just not my favorite.
So let me tell you about this brewery here.
Build a bridge and get over it.
The brewery is called Pipe Dream Brewing from Londonderry, New Hampshire. It is alcohol by volume is 10%. There's no IBUs listed, so no. It has a 3.73 on Untapped with 235 ratings. They wrote a sour and stout with wild fermentation at its best. Add 460 pounds of cherries
Wow.
with chocolate to kick it into next gear.
Wow.
It's this brewery is like a cool little brewery with SoCal vibes though. Like everything is very surfer feeling out there in New Hampshire, so it's kind of cool that they have that like reggae surfer stuff. So
Yeah.
I like the vibe they got going on because it's very much like what we have. But yeah, this beer's not bad.
So-
I
not bad at
enjoy
all.
it.
So I was thinking this beer is kind of a little acidic, right?
you think?
Yeah. So what would you guys call an acid with an attitude?
Oh, I saw this.
An asshole.
An amino acid.
Oh my gosh.
That's for David. Mr. Modell.
It took way too long for me to find that.
That's what
Cam
she said.
Good joke. Cam pointed at me to do it, and I was like, I don't know where
And he was fumbling with his fingers. He was also fumbling with his fingers for a while, and nothing was happening.
Yeah, I was.
That's also what she said, Jordan.
There you go. There you go.
It's my favorite
Yeah.
soundbite, dude.
All right,
is the
so
best.
let's move in to our next segment here, and then we'll circle back for the next beer in a second. This is.
Girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I've got 99 problems and the bitch ain't one.
This is where we talk about problems that aren't actually really problems, but it's kind of a story time where we get to rant and complain called #problems. Cam, I think you have one.
I do have one. So
Yeah.
it's actually from this morning. We have every 8th day of classes at work. I'm a teacher
8
for
days a week.
8 days a week. As regular listeners know, I'm a high school teacher. New listeners probably don't know.
Marissa
but-
Cola.
Yeah, Marissa Cola. I'm a high school teacher.
Yeah, she's been listening for a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Or maybe we don't know if that's her.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had our whole meeting, and it's a faculty meeting for an hour and 45 minutes in the morning.
It's a long
every
meeting.
8th day.
That's a really long meeting.
So long. And you guys know the old adage that teachers are the worst students. You ever heard that
I've
before?
never heard that actually.
No.
Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
we spend a lot of our time complaining that kids don't pay attention in our classrooms, right?
Yeah.
So you would
Hold on. What'd you say?
you would spend a lot of
Got him. Sorry.
You have enough. I could do that. I have that power. I can give anyone an F.
Yeah, you have a podcast F.
Just be lucky I didn't give you the D. So
You just might like it.
anyway, we are notoriously the worst students because we spend all of our time telling kids to be quiet, and then you get a whole bunch of teachers in a room, and we just don't pay attention.
Yeah.
We don't care, right? It's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a God complex thing or what. And I'm one of the better ones. I try to pay attention and just be quiet so I can get out of the meeting.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we did this whole thing on concussion protocol today. So we had our 2 head athletic trainers come in and talk about when our
Concussion protocol, head athletic trainers.
Oh my god.
Unintended fun.
And so our 2 head
Jokes only Krager would like that.
our head athletic trainers were giving an entire speech about our new concussion protocol and when our student athletes get hurt, like how to reintegrate them into the classroom and do all these things. Should have been a 10-minute conversation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there next to like my 2 friends at work, Celine and Kristen, and we're just sitting there, and we go through the PowerPoint, and they say, so once the doctor clears your kid or like says they have a concussion, we need to do these things. And like they went through the things. It was 5 steps. It was not hard. At the very end, or like as people started interjecting, all of the teachers started interjecting. They're like, what if the kid's faking a concussion? What if, like, how do we know they have a concussion? How do we know they have a concussion? And I turned around and I was like, they just said that you will be notified when a student has a concussion. They're like, yeah, but how would we actually know? And I was like, because of the doctor signed a thing that said they have a concussion? Like, I don't understand what the goddamn problem is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that fucking hard. Like, you get a piece of paper. I've got them in my box all the time. Like, I have a thing that says, like, insert student's name, has concussion, he can't take quizzes. And I'm like, well, good, I'm an art teacher, but we don't have quizzes. And then, but still, like, and then you have to monitor, like, their light intake and all this stuff. You just have to be mindful of it. And all of these teachers who've been there for way goddamn longer than me are like, oh, but like we've had kids fake concussions before. They said that they got hit in the head and they didn't actually do it. I'm like, how the fuck do you know if a doctor signs off?
Yeah. Yeah, if you have a doctor's note, that's pretty official.
And we can't do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
Like that is the end all be all.
Whether they're faking or not, the doctor decided that this is going
And then
on.
also the biggest thing that pissed me off the most, which is my hashtag problem, is that by assuming that a teenage boy is faking a head injury, that they are going to be less likely to report those injuries from an academic and a medical standpoint. And it's such a serious thing. I would much rather have a kid like get off with not that's the worst common person.
Whoa. What
Let me backtrack. Yep.
I was hoping
I would much rather have a student get away with not doing work and having like no concussion and like the doctor said they did than forcing a student to use their brain that's trying to heal in such a high capacity, because we're a college preparatory school, right?
Yeah.
And in such a high capacity that they're doing more extensive damage and their brain's not going to be able to heal. It's such a serious thing.
Yeah.
And all of these goddamn teachers are like pushing this fucking stereotype that kids just don't want to do work, so they're going to fake a head injury and like the nausea and like the pupil dilation. Like, how the fuck do you fake that? And so I was just sitting in class writhing, like losing my shit. And that's my hashtag problem. Hashtag brain lives matter.
No,
Hashtag
that-
brain
that-
lives
that-
matter.
That actually,
It's still the same hashtag.
I had that happen to me back when I was in high school. My sophomore year, I was a starter on like defense and all the special teams. And halfway through the season, I messed up my shoulder, and I went to the doctor. You know, I got dye-injected MRIs to see what was wrong.
Right.
And I had cracked ball joint in my shoulder and like damaged cartilage and all this other stuff. And I gave the doctor's note to my coach, and literally, I bust my ass for this guy.
Was it Coach 1 or Coach 2?
It was Therm.
Therm. Oh, fuck Therm.
Yeah. All he said to me was, you better still show up to practice or I'll fail you. Because it's still technically a class.
Right.
He didn't care that I was a starter for all these positions and did all this stuff and I love football. The only thing he said to me was, you better still show up to practice or I'm going to fail you. Like,
And then he's going to hold grades over your head, which is a thing that no teacher should
and
ever
it's like,
do.
It's like, okay, so I basically did blood, sweat, and tears because I love this for the sport, and you're basically saying, like, you don't give a shit. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't give a shit. He's a fat piece of shit.
And that's one of the main reasons I didn't go back to Hart and I ended up going to AOC.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Did you show up to
Stupid.
practice?
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Practice.
Come on.
We talking about
Practice?
not a game.
Do you have
Not
a
game.
hashtag problem, Krager? Did you say you had one?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
He's
What's
sick.
yours?
I was sick.
He's sick. Yeah,
I
you're
was
in bed.
I was basically bedridden from Wednesday morning until like a couple hours ago.
I don't know. Where's your doctor's note?
I didn't go-
Sounds like he's faking it to
Sounds
get
like
out of
you're
class.
faking it.
No, so basically I
You don't fake it when you become an adult because you lose pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you lose compensation.
No, so I was out of work for 3 days and I only had 1 sick day
Yeah.
left, so I
So
lost
you're
out on
really
2 days of
feeling
pay.
it.
So next week Krager's gonna be really sad.
Yeah. You're gonna be working double shifts on a Saturday.
Yeah. I'm
As opposed to what other kind of Krager?
Not a sad Craig.
a happy Craiger, a non-sad Craiger.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hashtag problem, and this really milks my almonds. Okay.
That sounds dirty.
Yes, it really milks my almonds. So, as you know,
Interesting.
Real quick, let me
noise.
stop.
Yeah.
My friend Justin and Holly, shout out Justin and Holly. They bought a new house not too long ago, and they just added a dog to their family.
oh,
They just
what
added
kind
a
of
puppy.
dog?
This little fluffy guy.
Oh, that's such a
my
cute
God.
little
Looks like a golden
dog.
doodle.
Yeah, and his
That's
name.
such a cute little dog.
They
Such a
met
cute
on
dog.
Tinder, and his name is Tinder.
That's so cool.
Yeah. All right. Complain about shit that doesn't matter.
Have fun paying all those interest rates.
Yeah.
On your home.
That's
So
quite interesting.
yeah. So as our listeners know, as you guys know, I always plug our Amazon banner
Yeah.
at the top of Wreck My Podcast.
Ruh-roh.
This is now the second time they have rejected my application, and I've spent multiple hours being on the phone with people there trying to figure out what the heck's going on, changing our website to try and fall into these quote-unquote parameters they have. So I finally messaged this person. I go, look, I think you guys rejected us a second time in error. I think you erroneously did this because I did everything that your terms of use stay. I quoted everything back from their terms of use to them. It says, we need this, we have it. It says, we need this, we have it. It says, we need this, we have it. It says, don't have this, we don't have it. All these things. And they're just like, oh, well, your website needs to be a place that customers have value that can't be found anywhere else on the internet. I said, one, you forget we don't really have customers.
Yeah.
We have listeners. And my job is to turn our listeners into customers for you.
Right.
And that's what this thing is. And I said, so of course there's not. And then I was also so frustrated because I know multiple other podcasts that have less content on their websites than we have.
And they still have a banner.
And they have the banner and it works just fine. So I'm like, so what is, and I told him, I said, I've pushed over $2,000 of revenue through our banner already on this thing. And you keep rejecting me. You're like, well, just try and reinstate. I'm like, but the problem is, like, you keep rejecting me and I'm falling into your terms of use. I'm quoting it back to you. And then you come back with me at some ambiguous thing that can't ever be reached because it's like, what is value?
Yeah.
Value is completely dependent on the person you ask.
It's completely subjective.
So yeah, that's not a requirement. I don't know what that means. Your standards I achieve. So I was very frustrated. And so I pretty much told him, I'm like, fine, I'm going to find a different way to monetize it. And it's unfortunate because I'm not going to stop using Amazon.
Right, yeah.
People aren't going to stop using
It's
Amazon.
impossible,
It's
yeah.
impossible. I wish that this was a company where I could say, hey, listeners, don't use them. Use something else. But there is nothing else out there to rival Amazon. I get that. That's fine. Whatever. They win. They're the giant. I'm the little ant. The foot's going to step on me. Whatever. But it's just frustrating and infuriating that I spend so much time and talk to a person on the phone that told me what to do to fall into those guidelines. And they still rejected me.
But here's the thing. Do you know that ants have their power in numbers?
True. So
Right.
let's rise up.
Yes, let's rise up for the people.
For the people.
And throw the proletariat.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
You may take my link, but you'll never take my Wreck My Podcast. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice. That was
yeah.
like was that a Russian guy?
That was a Russian guy trying to
doing
do
William
Braveheart.
Wallace?
Yeah, trying to do Braveheart. But I was going to say something in lieu of that. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screw their system because you have a probation period of about 30 days because it takes them so long to get to finding to reject you or
Right.
not. Next time that we have a good chunk of money you want to throw through Amazon, I'm going to open up an account. I'm going to have you throw that money through. I'm going to make $145. They'll reject me. I still made my money. I don't care, bitches.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
do that.
working the system.
There you
I'm
go.
going to get it. So
Fight the
our
power.
listeners won't be using you, but guess what? We're still going to take money from you, Amazon. Screw you,
Damn straight.
Bezos.
Yeah, fuck the man.
Actually, it's probably Mrs. X Bezos.
Mrs. X Bezos.
Is
Fuck
this how you
the
create
man.
new emails for every single 30-day
Yeah. On
trial period?
WWE Network, I did that for like the first 6 months. I just created free Gmail accounts and kept getting the 30-day free trial. Finally, I was like, you know what? I'll give him my money. I like it enough. I'll give him my money. But
It took you 6 months to
It took me
realize
6
that?
months to get there. Yeah.
That's also
so
what
I
my
was just
girlfriend said.
Yeah. So I was just frustrated with that. So
I
frustrated.
just want to listen to Pennywise now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the most like screw the man rant I've ever gone on in my life. Because normally I'm for the man. I'm like, hey, the man's cool.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
for the man.
I'm fine with the man.
I'm not for the man.
As long as the man's not like tickling my taint, I'm fine with it.
Oh,
So-
and Jeff
You don't
Bezos
like your-
was tickling
Yeah,
your
I-
taint.
You
Yeah.
don't like when your taint's tickled?
No, not at all.
I'm more partial to the woman.
The woman. I like that. All right. You guys want to move into our IPA now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Except I only have 2
IPA.
cups up here, so I
let's
should
rinse
go.
out these grossies.
Or we could just use those other 2 cups that are disposable.
Let's use the other 2 cups.
We're very.
No,
we're-
here, I just won't have any of that.
No, I know, but we need 3. Do you
I
actually
don't mind
want some
I
of
don't
it?
mind reusing mine.
I'll go downstairs and I'll pick up the two more cups.
Yeah, go get 2 more cups.
I'll go get 2 more
have
cups.
a little bit.
Okay. So we're very
Just a
high
little.
class here because we're using red Solo cups because I forgot to bring the glasses because I can't do stuff sometimes.
Why did you look at me when you crossed your legs?
You want to pour those IPA there for
Let's pour
us?
'em.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared it might
You
spill
wanna
everywhere.
spill it?
I know.
Cam, did you see that the Jets have changed their uniforms?
Yes, and they look like that exact Canadian Football League team.
That was
Really?
nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was very nice.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, don't
That-
you know? And the pour is not as good.
What do you
'Cause
mean?
He's a spearing again.
I just had a couple drops.
Oh.
That
I know. Sometimes I get a couple drops and I have to throw my underwear away.
Just for a couple drops?
Yeah.
he's very potent.
Ah, man, yeah. Screw the system. Screw the man. I'm going to open your eyes, people. The earth is flat.
We're very anarchy in today's podcast.
Is
Anarchy!
Is
Hell
flat
yeah.
earthers anarchists?
You know what? I don't know.
You know what I saw? I saw a website, a flat earth website that says we are the #1 flat earther website around the globe.
That's amazing.
That is actually really funny.
Yeah, I saw the Jets.
that's so
It's
funny.
identical.
That's really close. Yee. He gives and I take. Yee.
All right, Pam.
So it's a little harder
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah,
not
it is.
glass cups because
I know, yeah.
I can't tell how much is
This is
foam
why
and-
we don't use the red Solo cups most of the time.
We're a classy
Since we're
establishment.
killing time, I saw this was really
Yeah, we're
funny.
B-rolling it in my hole.
Something that said, who is the real queen of the sea between the Disney princesses? Ariel or Mona? And it's like Mona left her family to save her village and the ocean. Ariel left her family for some dick.
Yeah.
To never disrespect Mona.
It's true. I saw that too. It's very, very true. Hey, did you guys see my weird YouTube suggestion today?
Yes, and
So-
I didn't watch it.
No. You
Oh,
didn't-
your
no,
suggestion. Yes, I saw the
So
suggestion.
Kreger sent us a video that's
Yeah.
like this funny, like, don't do weed video. That's
I
like,
thought- I
it's
thought
going to
it was
hurt your brain.
hilarious.
Well, it's funny
It
because
was-
it's
it was
so
great.
it's such a
Hilarious.
stupid PSA.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's such a
Oh,
stupid
Joe,
PSA.
you need to. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
but I
It's
watched
30
it.
seconds long.
I watched it, right? And so after I watch it, the next suggested video, and I need to explain to you people, it's a 30-second PSA rap about not doing weed. So you can realize how bad that's going to be. The next suggested video was This Is America by Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what?
Yeah, the same for me.
Like, what is
The same
that?
for me.
Yeah, but why? Like, how does that even... That shows you how much metadata is broken on YouTube.
So,
Okay,
say that
anyway.
a little bit.
So cheers, guys. Salud. Here we are drinking this double IPA.
Solid.
It's a little too sweet for me.
Well, let's see. Whoa, this foam looks like I want to just sleep on it. It's like a cloud.
Wow. That does not taste like an IPA.
Holy crap. Okay, guys, let me tell you about this one. So this
Put
is
Splenda in it.
mine's not sweet at all. Mine tastes like tea. Mine literally tastes like I'm drinking iced tea right now.
I get
That's
that.
so weird. So yeah, it needs a
Cam
little
is
bit
not
of
a fan.
it needs a little bit more bitterness and sweetness. But let me
I-
tell you about this before
I
we
don't
get
taste-
into
I
it.
don't, I don't taste much.
Okay.
Because you're sick or because you actually don't taste much? Yeah, take your time. People love this.
I don't really taste that much.
Okay. Well, it's not that very much flavorful, but let's talk about the beer real quick before we put it on the steak to
put it on
burn.
blast.
Yeah, put it
Yeah.
on blast. Yeah, that's better than what burn it at the steak. So this is from a brew house called a brew.
It's
what-
true, though.
I just saw a sex swing on Kreger's phone.
You
and,
saw no such
and it
thing.
stopped
Sex
me in my
swings?
tracks.
Sex swings are the way to go.
Yeah, it stopped me in my tracks.
Is that
So-
why we've never been
No.
allowed in Jordan's bedroom?
It's a picture that says
can't see what's going on in
Yeah.
there?
It says the best part of being an adult, better swings.
Ah, that's
Uh,
funny. Okay, so this is from a brewery called Treehouse Brewing from Charlton, Massachusetts. Another beer sent to us graciously,
If one of you guys wants to risk
by the Brew
getting sick,
Interviews.
I'm not
Nope,
drinking
I'm
most
good.
of that.
So this is a double IPA called Haze. And here's
Haze.
So here's the little like the description of it. Our core double IPA. Haze is crafted with pale malt, an extreme kettle, and dry hop dose of our favorite Northwest American hops. We smell a ton of peach on the hop dose of our favorite We smell a ton of peach on the nose with complementary notes of orange and passion fruit. The flavor is similar with a blast of citrus fruit and peach quickly followed by a bounty of tropical fruit. A lingering and pleasant saturated hop oil finish awaits. A real juice bomb of a beer and a true Treehouse original. Now, let me tell you why I think we're not getting those.
Yeah, I don't get any juice
On the
or fruit.
can, it says it's meant to be cold at all times and to drink fresh only. This beer was canned on September 25th, 2018. So we are now almost 7 months out. That's not really fresh in the IPA world anymore. Also, it got sent to us, which means it wasn't cold the whole time. But the bottom of the can does say, I put that record on just to make a sound. I don't know what that means.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do have to say, the weirdest part for me is I usually can I can't smell very well, but I can taste a lot better. I don't taste hardly anything. I smell it very well.
It has no taste.
It's
That's
very pungent.
That's why I'm aligning it with tea. Because you know how when you have like a passion fruit tea, but you actually brew it yourself and you don't leave the tea bag in long enough and you just use one instead of the 3 you're supposed to use? That's what it tastes like. Very watered down fruit tea to me.
I only have 2 in my tea bag.
Oh, only 2?
I love tea.
So this is an 8.2%
My bags
alcohol by
don't hang in
volume.
that long.
This is 90 IBUs. I am definitely not getting 90
No
IBUs. out of
way.
this.
Not at all.
But again, we're not drinking a fresh one. We're not drinking one that was kept in the condition it should have been kept in. So I think we should fly to Charlton, Massachusetts, and drink a fresh one because this has a 4.51 on Untapped with 76,000 ratings.
76.
1,000 people rated,
Yeah,
and it has a 4.51.
I want to know what they're tasting because this is
No, they're not tasting what we're tasting, and that's 100% the truth.
It tastes like a shy emergency.
What are you looking at?
No,
there,
it is.
Cam?
Cam's really trying to get those notes in his nose. He's like got his face
I
in
have
it.
another hashtag problem. It's this fucking beer.
Yeah, it's not what it. And we can't blame the brewery for us
No.
drinking a beer that's 7 months old. That's kind of our fault for doing that. We should have had this one on right when it got here, and maybe it would have been a little bit better.
A good one for next week is Michael's Liquor just got in the Black House by Modern Times.
Oh, I love
Their
Black House.
Nitro beer with coffee and coconut and cocoa.
Oh,
We
very
should do
cool.
a Wreck My Podcast Gets Younger.
Oh, Pliny the
event.
Younger. We go get some Pliny. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
it's
It already
no,
happened.
that already
It
happened.
just happened.
Yeah, younger season already happened.
So
damn.
let's move into the next
don't know
segment,
what that
guys.
is.
Let's do it.
I don't have a jingle for this one, but hey, it's the Patreon question of the week, and
Yeah.
the difference.
We like those people.
Yeah, those people are cool. The difference between us wrote in a question to us that is,
And me and Stephanie
Jason.
have a fake feud.
Oh yeah, you and Stephanie do have a feud going on because
You could just
called
call
her
it a faux feud or a feud.
a feud.
Fode.
Because
We got a
definitely have
fode.
because Kreger called her a hoe,
Oh, a hoe feud.
a hoe fode,
It's a hoe fode for show.
hoe faux show
Yeah,
with
for sure.
Kreger. Anyway, so they wrote in a really cool question. It's Jason and Mindy, and it's David and Stephanie. They're from The Difference Between Us. Cool people. We're definitely going to have all 4 of them on our podcast at some point. We're going to go on theirs. We're going to do a lot of combination, collaboration,
Yeah, they're
compilation,
Yeah, we're
and
gonna have a
otherations.
podcast orgy.
Yes, it is going to be a
Give
podcast,
them a
or it's going to be
listen. They're
insane. So they asked us, how did we all meet each other?
That's a good
Which is a good
question,
question, 'cause
because
I don't-
we've never actually addressed that.
Or
Yeah.
if we did, it was very early on. So now all these new listeners we have probably don't know how we met each other.
Well, I met all of you guys through trivia. I know Craig and I went to high school together, but I didn't know him.
We didn't know each other. We had
Mutual
probably
friend.
met like
Yeah.
like I'd probably like gone to Christina's house so you were dating her,
Well,
like,
I was
said
dating her,
hi.
yeah.
So we probably met there, but we didn't really start becoming friends until you started doing trivia.
Started doing trivia.
The
and
funniest thing is like I know I've known you two for years. I cannot pick out the distinct moment I met you.
I can't pick it up either because you were a part of. So we are friends with Andy
is
McCain,
yeah.
who's been on the show before. 'cause
Shout
we
out
went
Andy
to, yeah,
McCain.
he's been on the show quite a few times. We went to high school with him. Andy had a separate group of friends from his high school friends that you were a part of, and we called them the softball group because he met them
Playing
through
softball,
playing
through
softball,
Kyle Lynn.
through Kyle Lynn, who's been on the show as well. We met all you guys because we had a mutual friend in common, and we just started hanging out in the same environments. I don't know when me and you started actually. I do remember the first time we hung out alone is we went to, and it was like the one early when I had met you, we went to Tilted Kilt when that was still a thing around here, and they had Firestone Brewery had a thing going on there where if you got one of their beers, because they were tap takeover, you would get a shirt. So me and Kreger went there and we drank a stout. I think it was like Mocha Merlin or some
that one was
Merlin or
good.
Velvet
Yeah.
Merlin. And then we got a shirt from the guy and talked to the rep from there for a while. But all he had was extra larges. And I'm like, well, I'm a medium. And he told me there's no medium beer drinkers. And I was like, Fair point.
No,
And
yeah,
now I use
because
it as a pajama
that's
shirt.
really when
Yeah.
me and you started becoming closer friends.
Yeah.
Because you and me both really loved like different kinds of beers. So
Exactly.
they did that once a month, so we'd always go.
And that was what was cool about Tilted Kills. They actually had like a beer thing every month that was free. You got to go and taste beer, like do
And
a flight for free with a
and-
rep there who would explain things to you.
That's
Not only
really
did you
cool.
Not only did you get free beer, but you also got you got a free glass every
Yeah.
time, and possibly like free other merch.
Yeah.
Man, wow.
It was super cool. I
Yeah.
was bummed when they got out of business because that was the coolest part of it. We had one time Jack Daniels came, and I remember all you guys were like whining. Everyone was giving me theirs because they couldn't drink the straight Jack, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't care. Like whiskey is like there's good whiskey, there's bad whiskey, but whiskey is whiskey. I can handle the crap. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, it was funny. I ended up being really drunk that night because no one wanted to drink their whiskey.
I think like the biggest memory I have is it was when Cole was still in town, and Cole Phen
Enterprises.
Phen Enterprises.
Yeah.
And Jordan walks up to me like right after I'm done hosting or right before I'm hosting or something, and he goes, "Hey, I got this podcast, and we're doing the podcast on Solo, and I know you're a big Star Wars fan because of like my set and jokes I made and stuff like that." And I was like, yeah, it sounds fun. Like, I'll do that because I'm always down for anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I wasn't doing anything. I think it was like over my summer or like
it was like
close to
May.
summer.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of summer
Yeah.
or something like late.
And so I
May.
was like, I'm free. And I told Cole, who's another big Star Wars fan, was like, oh, that'd be really fun.
yeah.
And so we went on the podcast, and then the next week was the Pokemon podcast.
Yeah, we had to because you showed the Pokemon tattoo you had. I'm like, well, we have to have you on for that.
Yeah.
And look what has blossomed.
And look
I
what has
know.
blossomed. It's
Well-
like it's so crazy that like this small side gig I had like led me to meeting like people that I hang out with on purpose now.
Yeah, like constantly.
on
something
a regular basis.
regular basis.
too.
Like, we
Yeah.
do this weekly, and like I said, you guys hang out a lot more outside
Yeah,
of the
'cause
set
you're
than you do
married.
with me because I'm married and I like to I enjoy spending time with my wife and
Yeah.
you know all that
My
sort of stuff.
wife.
My wife, but it is insane that I literally knew nothing about you.
Except that I liked Star Wars.
That you like, yeah, I heard you mention some geeky things.
Yeah.
And then we had you and Cole on, and you guys just like when you meet someone and they just mesh so
Yeah.
instantly.
It was
with
instant.
what you're doing.
It was.
And then it was just kind of like, okay, cool. You bring like a great perspective to the podcast.
Yeah.
And then we just keep having you on. And
Yeah.
then it just turned into this thing. It's always funny that we haven't known each other for less than a year. We've known each other. And
Yeah,
that's just
less
so
than a year.
weird. Yeah. Like we're getting close. Next month is the year. But
yeah, but less than a year.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
I've been
it's
hanging
crazy,
out,
like,
and I haven't been hanging out with you guys since like maybe. Like
It-
I've been doing the podcast, but it was the only time I saw
It
you
was
guys.
it was basically only that one time where you had some plans that fell through. You're like, hey, can I come hang out? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then you like got intertwined with my group of friends.
Yeah,
yeah.
Pretty much.
yeah.
now-
That one time, where where it just I
Yeah.
got stood up.
Which is really funny. I wasn't gonna go that far, but
I can. I don't care.
Well, I guess
Um,
we should.
well,
no,
well,
you can go
I-
ahead.
what's really funny too is because like so I've known Joe and Jordan for probably going on 6-7 years now.
At least since we were 20 or 21.
Well,
21,
I know.
22.
Well, I
21
know
for sure.
21.
Well, I know that I met Cal and Andy about 10 years ago because actually what's
So then, yeah, that would make sense a
what's,
few years
what's
after.
really
for us.
funny is so because last weekend when I went up to Visalia to hang out with a friend, it's she's actually one of my ex-girlfriends. We dated my sophomore or junior year of high school, and so she's married, has kids and stuff like that. But we've been like close friends ever since, like totally platonic. It's awesome. But I was just like, she always loves to like make a joke. Like when I was dating her, we used to play Ultimate Frisbee, and so she brought her friend Kylan and Kevin Latner along, and so
this
she
story.
always makes jokes.
But now you have like your friends there.
Basically, 90% of my friend group I wouldn't have if it wasn't for her.
And it's
because-
crazy how you make those connections and then those things that last.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Like,
what they say, friends are the family you make for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if
Yeah.
it wasn't for like me becoming friends with like Kyle Lynn, Kevin,
You'd
Latner,
never then
Andy
get to
McKeon,
this point with me and
most
Joe.
of my
Yeah.
close friends I would have never met.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, and I wouldn't have had my trivia job if it wasn't for my ex Jess.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
so
I
crazy.
didn't know that.
It's crazy how these things fall
she
into
was the one
place.
that was like coordinating all of the trivia nights when we'd play, and then was like, "Hey, Ryan, it wants us to be on his podcast," and we did like a couples battle thing.
And I
she-
remember that
she
one, too.
Smoked
Yeah.
me at trivia.
And I remember because you said you were real competitive and you didn't like it, and now you're on the podcast and we know how competitive you
Yeah,
are.
I'm very competitive. But yeah, so that's how that worked out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's funny to think that we haven't known you for a year, yet I see you multiple times in a week.
Yeah.
You've been over to my house more than these two have.
I've never been to your house, actually.
Yeah.
I've still
He's been
never
over
been
there more
there.
than
Oh,
I have.
he's definitely been over way more than
His
either
clothes
of you.
are left there. That's
Yeah,
how
I leave
often
my
you-
clothing
He
there.
has more clothes there than I think I do.
I am hurt.
Well, I think that then just
yeah.
leaves me and you,
Well,
Joe, about
and-
how we met.
And fun fact,
What's a fun fact? I like fun facts.
fun fact, Jordan was my very first friend in high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
amazing.
he transferred into my high school midway through freshman year. And it was cool because the day you came in was like what they called a spirit day or something.
We went to a private school.
Yeah, we went to a private Christian school. It was weird. So we didn't have to wear our dress code that day. So I wore my Rey Mysterio shirt that day because I was like, yeah.
And I walked
And
in
that's
and
how
like,
we...
You like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and that's how we met. Is he's like, I love your shirt, and we started talking about wrestling. And then he was like, oh yeah, I play the guitar, and I also play the trombone or something, trumpet.
Oh yeah, I just started.
Trumpet, and you're like, I play basketball,
Drums,
and I do
guitar,
this, guitar.
bass,
And I'm like, this dude does
trumpet.
everything. What is this? And then we started hanging out all the time, and boom, there you go. Then he's in my
Dynamite.
he's in my wedding party like 10,
that's
12
nuts.
years later.
That's absolutely nuts.
So and in high school I think that me and you hung out more in high school, college, everything, because we were in a band together in college. So I was at your house probably at least 3 times a week.
Your parents
for 12
were
years.
are still second parents to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were so comfortable that we would go to each other's house, and it was never an ask thing. It was like you walk in the door. There'd be times where no one was in his house, and he'd be like, the back door's open. I would walk in the back door, I would turn the TV on, and I'd be chilling there for like an hour just by myself in their house because that's
what you
where
did,
I lived.
yeah.
I lived there for most
Yeah.
of my life, So yeah, it was great.
That's a good question, guys.
That's a great question.
Especially
Yeah.
that's something we never addressed.
We never
Yeah.
really talk about it because you just assume everyone knows. So it's good to revisit that every now
Right.
and then.
And also on that subject, I'd like to make a small shout out. I was going to say something on the 4th, but I was hopped up on medication.
Morphine.
NyQuil.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jordan because on the 4th of April, it was 1 year that this
1
podcast
year.
has been around.
Well,
And-
you're premature there. I was gonna do that on Stoked on this, but we'll bring it up now.
Yeah,
1
we'll bring 'em
year.
down. So 1 year.
1
So I
year.
wanted to do like some sentimental like
Yeah.
how much effort you've put in is huge. Like the
This
fact
is
that
my baby. I'm
Yeah.
so
No,
happy that
it's-
people
no,
enjoy it though.
it-
Like it really makes me so happy when I hear people say, "Hey, I love your podcast," because I've dumped so much energy into
like
this.
people like I can say like Joe, Cam, and we don't have to bring that much. Like I work.
No, but you bring the personality, which is necessary.
We're
Because
trying
if
to
I
bring
was
more.
if I
But
was just
yeah.
talking on this podcast by myself,
Just take
then
the damn
no one-
compliment, Jordan.
Oh, okay. Thank
but
you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You do all the
Thank
effort.
you.
Like you started this. You do a lot of the editing and all the other stuff like
It's
that.
funny because I tweeted out our first episode we ever did, which was Johnny Tsunami.
I remember
And
that.
it's
I
funny
will
that
forever be bitter that I wasn't
I know.
on that.
I apologize, but it's
I
funny
didn't
that
know you were not on that.
no,
Yeah.
because Kreger and Cam, obviously Cam was
Cam
not
wasn't
on it.
around yet.
They're now staples. We have our
Cam
4
days.
that we finally get, but at the beginning I was rotating a lot
Because
because
basically anyone who was available.
Yeah, I was just trying to get people
Well-
involved.
well, see,
anyone
the thing
involved.
is, before you started, I had talked to you. I'd always because
but you
I'm-
weren't available that weekend that we were doing it,
Yeah.
and I really needed to start getting
Yeah.
content ready to go.
Now I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
What was it that gave you the idea to even do this podcast?
Kind of you. So
Oh, I'm
you-
honored.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
blushing.
Oh my goodness.
So you mentioned like a week before I decided to do this, you had mentioned, "Hey, I just watched Brink. Wouldn't it be fun if we watched all the got beers, sat down, and did like just riffing on all the old Disney Channel original movies?" And so I was like, "That sounds like so much fun." And I was thinking about, I'm like, that'd be a great podcast idea where we literally just revisit
Rewatch our
stuff
old-
and we just riff kind of on it. And so then I called you and I called Kevin and I said, "What do you guys think of this idea? I need people to commit to it, but like." What do you think? And you both were like, yeah, that sounds super cool. I'd be into it. And then that's when it started developing. And it's come a long way since then. Obviously, we're doing this Monday podcast, which has nothing to do with the nostalgia part of it, but we still have our Wednesday shows that have a lot of nostalgia stuff involved and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it was just kind of like an idea where it's like, okay, if this doesn't take off, it gives me an excuse to drink beer and watch stuff and hang out with my friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But if it does take off, cool, whatever. Like that's kind of what I've always wanted to do is do podcasting type stuff, and this is an excuse to do it.
I mean, we're basically doing what we did at bars on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Yeah,
just
hanging out and
drinking,
talking.
and reminiscing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, like this, I do have to thank you, one, because I've always wanted to do something like this. Two, it's given me a lot more confidence,
Mm-hmm.
and it's inspired me that because I listen to a lot of sports talk radio. Like it's inspired me. Like I kind of want to like eventually get my own kind of like podcast show going.
I always told you I'd help you out with the production.
Yeah.
I can't promise I'll be there the whole
Oh,
time.
no,
but I
definitely.
would help with production.
Yeah, like that. It's just very inspirational what you've done.
And it's gotten us to meet tons of
Oh
incredible
my gosh,
people.
the
Jason
amount
and
of
Mindy,
people. Yeah, them, Music Crush Monday, who I've met that I really like, that I'm like talk to all the time now. It really is really cool. Breaker and Bane is really cool. Ryan Buds and everything. Like these
Yeah,
things.
the number of
just
connections we've
so
made just from
many
this.
And
people.
Comic Book Rundown
Comic
reached
Book
out to
Run-
me today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
exactly. He's a
Brew
great
interview.
guy. Yeah, the Brew interviews. There's too many to remember and name in one sitting because this community is so awesome and
Yeah.
cool. Not to get on too much of a rant here. This episode's gonna run real long because we're kind of going off script
This
here, but
love
that's
fest?
this
Yeah.
love fest of what we're doing. But I want to bring up something real quick right now. I just got a Instagram message from Stephanie of The Difference Between Us, and she said, "I just bought something on your Amazon through your site. I hope I did it right."
Yeah, Stephanie.
Literally, like
Stephanie's-
as it came in as I was ranting about it, and I didn't see it till after. And I'm like,
Stephanie sticking it to the man.
Stephanie, I really appreciate
Yes.
you doing what I keep plugging, but unfortunately, Amazon is not giving me money right now.
So that won't work.
It won't. It doesn't do it. Yeah, sorry. I really appreciate it though. I do. But
I feel bad when you sent that text message. I felt really bad because like I'm poor, so I haven't bought anything on Amazon. So
well, it doesn't need to be a lot of stuff. But
Did
yeah,
we
whatever.
not get any of the money that I funneled into there?
No, I got all of it. It's
Okay,
in my
good,
account
good,
right now.
good,
That's why
good.
I'm buying the mics.
Yeah, okay,
Because
good.
I got that money. And the 75 cents from Eraserhead. That
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, so let's move into our next segment now that we've talked for an hour about stuff.
Yeah.
The next one is this one. All right, it's time to ponder about some stuff. So, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say it real quick, and then we're going to stop thinking about it, because this is things to ponder. If you drove your car at the speed of light and you turned your headlights on, would they work?
Bow, ba-dow, ba-dow, bow.
Craiger, when you did that last week,
Oh, last week was awesome. when
I
you did
died.
That. Yeah, that was
and
great.
like to be honest, like I'm a narcissist, so I listen to myself and like listen to our podcast all
Yeah.
the time.
Oh, I listen to make sure it sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
to,
what I
and
do too.
to,
Yeah,
like,
totally. Yeah,
totally.
It's just quality control,
research,
right?
trying to figure out what works.
Yeah, what we could do
doesn't.
better, yeah.
But oh my gosh, when I listened to that part where you did that, oh man, I was dying laughing.
There's
at
there's literally parts when I listen back and I'm editing and stuff. I put my headphones in because Madison is like watching TV and I can't really hear. But I will start dying laughing, and I'm just like sitting in a little room laughing to silent sound. My wife feels like, and it's awesome.
Two quick
Yeah.
things. One, does Madison listen to our podcast?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so. Two, me and Joe were working on Tuesday, and he was listening to the
Who's
Beaver-
Mean Joe?
Mean Joe.
Joe and I.
Joe.
Mean Joe Okerfield.
Mean Joe Green?
Joe and I were working out at the gym on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he's laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing at? He's like, I'm listening to the B-roll right now.
Dude, the B-roll was good last
Yeah.
week
Yeah,
for
it was
our first
good. Oh, man.
Patreon content.
I am constantly laughing at our podcast, and I'm
okay.
constantly
Yeah.
'Cause we're
hitting
hilarious.
the button where it's like rewind 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So I want to hear the joke. I do that maybe like 20 times,
Yeah.
and I hear that joke
we
so often.
we have a little bit of a problem of talking over each other sometimes, so you miss a few things,
I
and
know.
you kind of have to do that.
I'm trying
We
really
try, but
hard.
guys-
Yeah, but I mean, guys, like, it's...
This is who we are. Take us or leave us.
Well, honestly, like, I like shout out to the difference between us.
They're
Like,
way better at that.
they're way better. So they've inspired me to do better. Like
Try doing better.
As of last week, I was really trying.
Yeah. Hey,
super
Krager,
hard.
I know you've been sick lately.
I wrote stuff
I-
down.
Did you? Okay,
Yes.
because now we're into one of my new favorite segments. Welcome to Uber Facts with Krager, the segment where Krager says some stuff, we say some stuff, and some stuff happens. Now here he is. Take it away, Krager. Hello, everybody! Was that you, Cam?
Oh,
Stole
he's so
his thunder.
disappointed.
He's stealing my shit. You're all stealing my shit. I'm fucking going home.
This is I love this picture I have of Krager.
That's
up
a
here.
great picture.
It's great.
And accentuates my gap in the teeth.
Michael
All right.
Strahan over here.
So,
So hello everyone. This is Uber Facts with Krager, formerly stolen by Cam.
NPR Talk Radio.
Yes. So we have, as you know, 3 Uber Facts and 1 I have made up, and I did a lot better job this week of
Okay.
altering the fake one.
good.
So first we have the kids show Arthur is still producing new episodes to this day. The show is on its 21st season, which is longer than South Park.
I feel like how long has Simpsons ran?
I feel like 21 should be is small. I feel like it should be a bigger
Nah, dude,
number
that show
than
came
that.
out when we were young.
Yeah.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like the season number should be higher.
Here, let's see what the other ones are. Maybe we can rule this one out.
At George Washington's 1787 farewell party,
Oh, that was a great party.
attendants consumed 60 bottles of claret, which is a red wine, 54 bottles of, it's hard to pronounce, but it's a Portuguese wine, 22 bottles of porter, 8 bottles of whiskey, 8 bottles of hard cider, and 7 bowls of alcoholic punch, and there were only 55 people in attendance.
Oh my gosh.
I believe that.
I believe that.
Damn.
In 2012, an ape miraculously escaped a zoo by breaking through a metal fence and breaking the arm of a zookeeper. It then swam to an island in the middle of a lake where it now lives alone. The zookeeper still makes sure it is fed.
What a badass monkey.
Yeah.
And the last one,
It's the beginning of
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes,
You're
yeah.
going to say War of the Worlds.
I was going to say Ape World.
Ape World.
Ape World.
Ape World.
It's a sequel to Squidfish.
And the last one, proportional theory suggests that time seems to speed up as we age because every year we live is a smaller percentage of the total amount of time we are alive.
It's kind of more of a theory than a fact.
Yeah, but I mean, but he's
Saying that's what the theory means.
Yeah, that's a proportional theory.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I think it's either Arthur, because I feel like it can't be the longest running because Simpsons has that.
he said longer running than South Park though.
Yeah, I
But he
didn't
didn't.
say
Okay, you didn't
longest
say
running.
longest running
Nope.
ever. Okay. Then
I don't think Arthur's still in
I'm
production.
gonna go with the monkey because I don't think the monkey's that on the island
You know
anymore.
what? It's so funny that you say that. I was going to go with the monkey as well.
Yeah, I don't. I think that. I think the monkey thing happened, but I think that he's not on the island anymore.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Arthur.
You guys are right. It's the monkey.
Dang.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I have it saved here right now.
If you tell me the monkey's dead, I'm just going to cry.
No, the monk. It's not a monkey.
It was
the
Harambe's
ape.
son.
The ape.
In 2018, so I changed the year. A cow miraculously escaped a
Oh,
slaughter.
it got even better. It got even
yeah,
better.
A cow miraculously escaped a slaughterhouse by breaking through the metal fence
Oh, I remember
and
this.
breaking the arm of a worker who tried to hold it back. It swam to an island in the middle of a lake and now lives there alone. The owner makes sure it is fed.
What
I
an
remember
utterly
that.
incredible story.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Dang, I'm so surprised you guys got that. I thought I did a really good job.
That's a whole new movement we should have for
I
cows.
agree, yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. That was
I'm
good.
proud of you.
Yeah, that was a
Thank
dairy
you.
good decision to make.
Dairy, good.
That's my thing. You guys are stealing all my shit.
I love
Yeah,
it.
man.
Craiger,
Okay.
you really failed on steering us in the wrong direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah,
We gotta like it
the
puns.
Arthur thing was really believable.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay. Moving on to Stoked on this.
Moving on to Stoke on this.
Arthur Fist.
While we haven't heard or seen it, there is something to perceive in level type and hype. Give us something to believe on. When it shows the focus emphasis, we're forming a hypothesis. But all we really know is that we're stoned on this, stoned on this, stoked on this.
As we all do air guitar, that means that we are going into Stoked on this with that awesome song that Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music did for us. Guys, what are you stoked on this week?
A lot.
Yeah?
Definitely.
You want me to start? You got,
we
You
can
go last.
start.
You go first.
well, I go last just in case because
Just
I
in
always
case we
have
steal some of
so
his.
you steal something because mine's pretty generic
Okay,
stuff.
well, I'll start with one of the most obvious ones, which is the release of the Joker trailer.
Yep, that was one I put on here. Hey, boing.
What did you guys think of this Joker trailer?
I will let Cam go first.
I'll say that it looks like a movie that I'm going to like just because Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor.
Do you
Yes,
think he's gonna
agreed.
do a lot of running in this movie, like
And
running
yeah,
Phoenix?
and-
That's all he
but-
did. in the
All
trailer.
running Phoenix
Instead of Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
But I think that the movie's just going to be it's just going to be like kind of like a plain drama
In
with a
typical
character
DC
that
fashion.
we know.
Wait,
Yeah.
so
No.
it's going to take place in the air?
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a plain drama.
here's the thing. I don't think so. It all comes down to the ending, in my opinion. Yeah. I think it's going to be a slow burn movie, which is fine. If you yes, slow burn. if it pays off in the end. If the ending doesn't pay off, it's just going to be a boring movie.
Agreed.
That's how I feel.
I don't like the choice of his makeup.
No,
Yeah.
I thoroughly like it because it looks like that Martin Scorsese movie, To Kill a Comedian, something about a comedian.
To kill a
make
mockingbird.
a comedian to make a something with comedian in the title. Martin Scorsese was actually attached to this property for a really long time until he dropped out, which is why a lot of that kind of harkens back to some of his that
Interesting.
movie and stuff.
I love Martin Scorsese.
This movie is so with DC they're too hit or miss. I thought Aquaman was going to be awful. I hear great things about it. Haven't watched it
Haven't
yet.
seen it yet either.
But it made a ton of money. People love it. I hear Shazam's doing real good right now. I'm going to see that this weekend or next weekend.
Oh yeah, I heard Shazam is freaking
So
amazing.
DC has had some blunders. DC has done some good stuff. The problem is you can't tell with their trailers whether it's going to be good or not.
I feel like the Joker and Batman are just too high profile that
Well, it's
there's
kinda
just way too high of expectations.
But it's kind of cool because remember there are 3 different Jokers in the Batman universe right now that we know of.
yes.
Who's to say this isn't one of like
Well, there's. I mean, that's the theory. Is there's multiple Jokers
because we know in this trailer that Bruce Wayne is a young boy. We see him in it.
Yeah.
We
Bruce
see
Wayne's
we
a
see
young
Arthur
boy.
Fleck interact with Bruce Wayne as a young boy. How do we not know that this is not the Joker that Batman is rivaling against, but this is the Joker that then helps the Joker that jumps into the vat of acid that battles Batman? Like, how do we know this isn't in the same universe? Because this is set in the 80s. That Jared Leto's Joker models himself after this Joker because
There are multiple Jokers,
because there's
yeah.
multiple Jokers, just like in the real comics.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They
Makes sense.
could do some cool things with this. They could drop the ball. It's hard to tell. We'll know in October.
Yeah, it's impossible to pee and cough at the same time.
Oh yeah,
Is that a thing? Did you just try?
interesting.
I
I
didn't
feel like
try,
it
it
would go
just
everywhere. It would go everywhere.
No, it just
Can't-
stops. It
It
goes like,
stops?
and then when you're done coughing, you pee again.
Is that what you're stoked on this week?
That's what I'm stoked on. I'm stoked on biology.
So I'm stoked on one more thing.
One
Yeah, go
more.
ahead.
And I'm so very excited for this, and as is what I feel like the rest of the world, except for Jordan, is stoked on.
Could I guess?
Sure.
Game of Thrones.
This coming Sunday,
Bum, bum,
first episode of the final season of Game of Thrones comes out this Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be incredible.
Where do you watch?
Where do I watch?
Watch it.
We're gonna get a group of
That
people
is-
together.
So yeah, we still need to figure that out on getting people
Guys,
together.
did you know
and get
that-
it all
'cause
together? Because
Jo-
I want to watch.
Johnny
it with
watches,
someone.
I watch, and then I'm assuming your house watches.
Yeah, I believe Chelsea needs to get caught up, but
Okay.
yeah.
I watches.
Okay, then we could watch it at my
You guys
place on
think
my big 65-inch.
You guys think it's weird that Khaleesi is marrying Jack Sparrow? That show really took a weird turn.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
Parks and
it's
Rec
sad.
joke.
Yeah.
It's sad that she's not marrying me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Khaleesi. No.
It's sad John-
Dana-
it's
what's
sad
her
Kit-
name?
Daenerys Stormborn.
Yeah, that's
Targaryen.
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I just
sad
wrote a
that,
blog about her.
That a Kit Harington's not marrying me.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because people are either Jon Snow fans or Robb Stark fans. Who do you choose
Jon
between
Snow.
the two?
Jon Snow.
All
He's
right.
me. He's an emo boy. He's brooding. He deserves it. He's the bastard.
He's not
Game
really
of
a bad.
Thrones.
And he's not really the bastard.
Beggar,
spoiler.
I assume you're the Ramsey Bolton fan?
No,
Who is a Ramsey Bolton fan?
I'm more of a Michael Bolton fan.
These are names
No,
Jordan
I-
does not know.
Actually, I love Kit Harington's wife / love interest in the show,
Ingrid?
Oh, yeah, Ingrid.
and also she is real life royalty too.
She is.
Yeah,
when
it's crazy.
does Aragorn show up in this one?
In the very beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, Jordan, are you a
Potato.
are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
I am. I love Lord of the Rings, but that's like the only fantasy medieval
Okay, because
thing
I asked
I'm
Joe
into.
and he said you were like, meh.
Yeah, I enjoy that, but I don't enjoy things like Viking
Fantasy.
or Game of Thrones or any of that like fantasy medieval type stuff.
I was so tempted to make this week's trivia all Game of Thrones
would've
themed,
lost the title.
except I knew it was a huge disadvantage to Jordan.
No, you could have totally done that, and I would just every question you would have said, I would have went Jordan A, Jordan A, Jordan
Yeah.
A for every single one.
And I would say Jordan Egg.
Egg.
Over and over.
Jordan
I was
Egg.
just buzzing with
I
egg.
was
Yeah,
so
egg.
tempted to do that.
And I would
Is it egg?
buzz in with Krager. Hold on.
So that's what Joe's stoked on.
Cool.
This week.
Joe stoked on that. What are you guys stoked on?
Do you have anything? All right, so I will go first.
Gregor.
So I have two. One's itty bitty. The second one's bigger. So just like,
like
my
his
balls,
we were going for the same joke. All right,
we
cool.
both reached.
Yeah,
in
we
and
did. We
grabbed.
both reached in there.
So first look at the Terminator Dark Fate
Yes,
footage
super cool.
comes to CinemaCon. So what's really awesome is the original actress who played Sarah Connor,
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. She is coming back to reprise her role, and she looks really good.
Yeah, she's
for
still
her
ripped.
age.
She was so ripped in Judgment Day. Good lord, that chick was more defined than I am. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it looks really, really good. They're getting
Arnie's coming back too.
Yeah,
Can
Arnold's
he stop being in these Terminator movies though?
The last one he was in, they like CGI'd his body younger, and I don't know. The last one was awful.
He's not the problem.
Cut the
no.
cord.
No. So what I've from
Isn't
what-
James Cameron attached to this one? I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
is.
He's not.
boy.
He's not directing.
No, but he's attached to it. Yeah.
So, but the one thing that's really
You don't like James Cameron, huh?
no.
Cam.
I hate
That's right.
James
Okay.
Cameron.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Because they share a name. Yeah,
But
Jim.
also, so one really cool thing is they've got a lot of new people in for the cast. As I showed you guys earlier, and you can throw a picture up for our viewers. I'll send you the picture. The new bad guy Terminator looks like Jordan.
I don't think it looks like me at all.
It kind of does.
It kind of does.
Yeah, maybe if you squint and you're blind.
Anyways, one of the cool things I was watching a video on it is apparently some of the more recent Terminator movies that no one really likes. This movie is going on as if those never happened.
Yeah, it's directly after Judgment Day, which is cool.
Oh,
I like that.
that is cool.
Yeah, I like that. I'm all for that. Let's see what it does. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
so-
Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Love them. Hot take. I like Salvation. I know most people don't.
Oh, is
but
that the newest one?
is
No,
that?
Salvation was the one with Christian Bale.
Oh, that one was good too.
Yeah,
Genesis was the newest one.
Genesis, I did
Except
not
for
like.
It didn't have that much in common.
But Amelia Clark's in it, so that's pretty cool.
Genesis. Wait, what?
Common was in that one.
Oh, okay, whatever. Genesis, I did not like. I did not really like Rise of the Machines either.
The
Neither did
newest
I.
one I liked for the nostalgia and Amelia Clark.
Yeah, Amelia Clark was in it, which was cool.
Because she was hot. And also, I have one more little itty bitty thing. Speaking of Game of Thrones, everyone's favorite football team, the Los Angeles Chargers, their star defensive end, Joey Bosa, is making a cameo in the new season of Game of Thrones, baby.
Whoop-de-doo. Okay, Cam, what are you stoked on?
Do you also see Von Miller's in it?
He's not in it.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Because he'd be taking everyone out on the battlefield.
yeah.
No, that's Joey Bosa's job.
All right, so two things I'm stoked about. Number one, did you guys see that Brie Larson's directorial debut is released on Netflix? It's a movie called Unicorn Store.
What?
Did you mention that? You mentioned that to me a while ago, I think. Maybe. Maybe I saw you. I
No,
don't know.
he was
I feel like
talking,
that's...
he was talking about the lesser-known unicorn whore.
Ah, yes. Unicorn Store. What is that about?
So Unicorn Store is about Brie Larson plays the main character, and Samuel Jackson's in it too.
Wow.
Awesome.
But, because their rapport apparently is just like super charismatic.
I wouldn't take them
it
for
works.
that poor.
But I didn't interject on yours. God damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hashtag
We
problems.
did this to him last week too.
Yeah.
You insulted my mother last week. I have a pass.
And this week.
I didn't insult your mother. I gave her the best time of her life.
Oh.
Craig is gonna have a
Treated
baby
her like a lady.
Craig is gonna have a baby brother in 9 months. Oh, God damn it. So this movie is getting not so hot reviews, but I
Okay.
want to watch it myself.
It's on Netflix?
Yes. And it's about an art school dropout who is totally childlike. She doesn't eat vegetables. She just wants to sleep on her parents' couch and dream about rainbow kittens and unicorns all day.
Okay.
Nice.
And then some stuff happens. So I really want to see it. I'm probably going to watch it tomorrow because I have a lot of free time tomorrow. So that's what I'm stoked on. And then second thing, a little bit of a humble brag. Our new quarterbacks coach at my high school said that my throwing motion looks like Drew Brees's.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
So
like
that
it.
made my ego explode.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
It made
Yeah.
his ego so big, he's like Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm
So-
actually a little bummed you didn't tell me about that. I had a lot of free time the past 3 days, and I could have watched that.
He,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just actually literally just discovered it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So what I'm stoked on is friend of the podcast, Music Crush Monday. They have some really cool things coming up soon. They have some legit singers from bands going to be on their podcast. They've had Shane Told from Silverstein on before, and they had the dude from Craig's Brother on, but they have a bunch of other ones in the pipeline that they didn't tell me who, but they said get excited. So if you haven't checked out Music Crush Monday and you're into the Warped Tour scene and stuff,
They get a follow right now.
go follow that because you will hear some cool things coming up. They're awesome guys. Twilight Zone is out now.
Yeah.
First two
Did you watch
episodes.
the first
I haven't
episode?
watched them because I'm waiting till April 18th when all 4 are out, and then I'm going to get the free trial for CBS All Access and watch them.
First episode's so good.
But we're going to do a podcast on all 4 of the Twilight Zone
Okay,
episodes.
awesome. The first episode, Johnny and I sat and
The
we
comedian,
watched,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Camille Nanjiani, and we
Camille
sat.
Nanjiani's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the lead in it.
It's the good one. The other one is the one with Adam Scott, Nightmare at 30,000 Feet, and people
Yeah.
have mixed reviews on that
Right,
one.
but I still want to see it. I
I
haven't
feel
seen
like
it
it's
yet.
going to be good anyway.
But I got goosebumps. I got chills. It felt exactly like the Twilight Zone. It was amazing.
That's what I hear,
and
that
not
it
the
is
bad
Twi-
80s
yeah.
Twilight Zone, like the real
what
Twilight
I hear
Zone.
is that people are saying Jordan Peele is literally the best replacement for
Rod Serling.
Yeah, Rod Serling.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And like with the way he was introducing the stories,
He's got that twinkle in his eye of like knowing
everything.
something but being cagey about it.
Everything so good. I'm getting goosebumps right now, dude, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I can't
Like,
wait
it
until we
blew
do that
me
episode on this.
away. Johnny and I just sat there, and when it ended, we were like,
Yeah.
Black Mirror had a good
so
run,
excited.
but Twilight Zone is
"Rest
here.
in peace, Black
Yeah.
Mirror."
The other thing I'm super stoked on this week is that Pocock, Brew Interviews, Pocock that we love that's down the street, they dropped on us a new experimental IPA that they did not
Yes,
say was coming out.
they did.
It's an orange and vanilla IPA, so much like Fall of Troy from Belching Beaver, although I almost like it a little bit more because I think they won't tell me. I think they didn't use the lactose, which gives it a tiny bit of a bitter undercut, so it's not super
Todd
sweet.
gave me a little bit of insight.
What did he say?
And Todd went, well, it's because ours is a real IPA.
Boom. So that's what it
Yeah.
is, because
Yeah.
not to knock Belching Beaver, because it has a 5 on
It's good.
tap for me.
It's good.
They use lactose to make it super sweet, so
Yeah.
it doesn't taste like an IPA anymore. It tastes like an Orange Julius milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
Which is
Pocock
fine.
beer is excellent.
But
It's
Pocock
excellent.
tastes like an IPA with orange and vanilla in it. It's sweet, it's bitter, and it's delicious.
And the bitter cleanses your palate,
Yes.
wanting you to get that sweetness
exactly.
back.
Like by the end of a Fall of Troy can, it's almost too much.
Yeah.
The end of this glass
you want
could have had another one.
Yeah, I did. I had 2.
Yeah, it was
I'm
great.
good.
so good.
Also,
Krager was not there because he was
yeah,
sick.
Speaking
I'm so bummed. I wanna
Speaking
try
of
it.
Pocock, they have a collaboration with the other place I host at on Thursdays in Sierra Madre, where I host
Oh,
trivia for
really?
Trivia with Buds. They collaborate. They're good friends.
What's that place called?
RT Rogers Brewing Company.
Right, Rogers.
And it is one of the, it's like a lower ABV Pocock. All their beers are delicious, but like way more drinkable because they're not going to knock you on your ass.
all their beers are high
Yeah.
ABV.
Which is why I love them.
But they did a collaboration. They made together a raspberry guava tart.
Yes,
And
Trade
you saw
Secrets.
that on you saw that on Instagram, right?
It's a good one.
Okay, so
It's
Kelly,
a good one for when they make your beer cocktails.
yes, Kelly, the bartender at RT, I was talking about it, and he goes, "Do you want to taste it?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like I was
Yeah.
like, "It's ready." He's like, "We have a keg," and it was just
Nice.
chilling, and so it was like barely cold enough. And he poured me like a little snifter of it, and dude, I have never tasted a sour like that changed my life. It is all raspberries on the nose and full guava in the body. It is one of the most refreshing things I've ever had. And Johnny got it because he's my roommate, and so I was like, "Can my roommate have one?" He's a Pocock patron
Yeah.
also, and they're like, "Yeah," they gave him one. And Johnny, like, I haven't seen that full-grown man who, mind you, listeners, is 6'6", almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy. Get so giggly giddy after taking a sip. He was like, "It just tastes like juice."
I feel like I feel like the first thing he would say too is go,
Hell
yeah.
He did.
Hell yeah.
He did. He threw out a hell yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that's his thing.
And
Johnny's so cool.
Now they're available in pints at Pocock and
Dude, I need to
RT.
try it out because that might be the
Whoa,
sour
whoa, whoa,
to
whoa.
make me turn to sour.
It's available.
What's it called?
Trade Secrets.
Trade Secrets. And it's a collaboration with RT Rogers Brewing Company.
I
Very
can't
nice.
wait for the day that they use their Randall to make something amazing out of that.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because it's good. They're just gonna make it even better than what it is
Also,
right now.
we need to get Johnny on the podcast sometime.
Johnny was on. No, he wasn't on ours. He was on Ryan's podcast.
Yeah, he'll come
once.
by.
Yeah, we'll get him on. Okay, guys, that's all that. We still have a lot more show to go. So
Let's
sorry,
go.
listeners, but you got to keep listening.
Haha, suck it.
We have
Respectfully.
something that Joe does. So that song that is not a copywritten song by the Beatles.
Let's also see if I don't lose this time
Yeah.
because I've lost
Oh, yeah.
the first 2 times.
Yeah, Krager did lose last week and was supposed to bring beer. I was kind enough to bring the good beers at the Brew Interviews because we had to get to them eventually, and you've been sick, so I get it.
Yeah.
But let's see. So, Joe, tell us what we're doing.
Yes, so this is the happy birthday segment where I give our guests here some clues onto whose celebrity birthday is going to be happening this week. I will let you know this one's a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
There's not enough, huh? You had to like pull some weird
I had
names.
to pull some ones that are maybe a little bit less familiar. It's a little bit more difficult, but we'll see how you guys do.
Okay. Hey, before we do this, I'm gonna go pee. So
Go pee.
You guys talk
Let's hit
amongst
pause.
yourself. Okay. All right. Sorry.
All right, let's jump in, Joe.
All right.
Let's get back to this
Let's
thing
get
now
back
that
to this happy
I'm not
birthday
5 years old
segment.
anymore.
And I have to go pee. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
Hold
so
it.
our first person, your first clue is The Messengers. Adventureland,
Krager. Eisenberg.
incorrect. Twilight.
Cam.
Damn it.
Oh, what is her name?
5.
Bella in Twilight.
4.
Jordan.
Her name is
3.
Kristen Stewart.
That is correct. Kristen Stewart will be 29
if you didn't think of it, I
this
would have
week.
totally stolen
Yeah,
from you.
yeah.
Cam
wait,
has 1 point.
Hang on, I should
Yeah.
keep track of what's going on there. So Cam has 1.
Cam has 1 point. Candy. A Walk to Remember.
Cam, Mandy Moore.
Correct. Mandy Moore will be
Wow.
35.
Going for the last place here, Krager. Me and you.
Number 3. The Parent Trap.
Cam, Lindsay Lohan.
Incorrect.
Damn it. That was what, a couple weeks ago?
Actually, yeah,
no,
she did
that
have
was-
a
that
birthday
was-
like
she
not
had
that
a birthday
long
a couple
ago.
weeks
Yeah.
ago.
The Day After Tomorrow.
Krager.
Jordan. Oh, Krager
I
got
think
it.
Krager got it first.
Oh.
5,
He can't think of the name.
4, 3, 2, 1.
He's sick. Dennis Quaid.
That is correct.
Yep.
Dennis Quaid will be 65. Number 4. Your 2010 Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model.
Krager.
He's going out on a limb here.
Married to
Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
5,
Kate Upton.
4.
Yep.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Battleship.
Jordan. No. Is it? It's totally not this person, but it's totally
5.
Rihanna.
Incorrect.
It's the only person I
Yeah.
can think of in Battleship.
Oh, I know who it is now. Krager.
You
Wait.
can't-
I'm saying
Cam has to-
I'm preemptively.
Just go with it.
It's not Kate Upton.
Okay, so it
I
starts
said
over.
Krager. I said Krager.
No,
I already said
Krager.
Yeah,
Krager.
so it starts
Go
over. So
ahead.
Krager can go.
Brooklyn Decker.
That is correct.
Oh,
There you
that
go.
girl. Yeah.
Brooklyn
forgot about-
Decker
I
will
forgot
be
about her.
32.
Mhm, I forgot about her too.
Yeah.
That's for Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. I said Rihanna.
I would have thought that's the first thing. Yeah.
Number 5. Pacific Rim.
Job.
Sons of Anarchy.
Krager. Oh, I don't know his name. Blonde guy who can't act.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name.
I don't
too.
know his name. I just know what he's been in.
No, watch
Don't
that
know
show.
his name.
I know who he is. I know what he looks like. Give us the last one.
Hellboy.
Cam.
Jordan.
Ron Perlman.
That is correct.
Yes!
Krager, you would have been wrong.
Mm-hmm. You're thinking
You were
of
thinking
Aaron,
of Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah,
But you would've been wrong.
that guy. I was thinking of him too. You're right. I would have been wrong as well. I
It's
forgot Ron
Ron
Perlman
Perlman.
was in. He plays the dude with the gold stuff. Oh,
Which I think he looks exactly like Thanos. 100%.
I could see that.
yeah.
Similar.
Ron Perlman will be 69, I thank you.
69.
I thank you.
Like.
Maleficent.
Krager.
Jordan.
I don't know who
It was
Krager.
Krager.
I'm so bad. My mind is not firing. I can't think of her name. Oh, damn it!
It goes to Jordan.
Yeah, it
Goes
goes
to Jordan.
Angelina Jolie.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was gonna say.
Super 8.
Mm-hmm.
Maleficent and Super 8?
I know. I'll say Jordan preemptively so I can go after
And hit
Cam.
number 3. Dakota.
Cam.
Oh,
Dakota Fanning.
Krager. But
You're
d-
close.
does it-
Elle
but that's
Fanning.
incorrect.
does,
Elle
it, wait,
Fanning.
does it count? Because he said it first, but I
said it.
I've already,
Did say
I've
it
already made.
first.
I've already-
I meant
no.
her the whole
yeah,
time.
so you're after Jordan.
Yeah.
The other Fanning sister,
Cam.
Ellie.
No, it's not Ellie.
Eli.
Cam. Cam.
L.
I already said
Cam.
Krager.
Ellie.
Cam.
I am
Cam.
going to give it to Jordan. It is Elle
Her name is
Fanning.
Elle.
L.
Fanning.
Yeah. Short for Ellie.
I don't think so, but Elle Fanning will be 21.
Wow.
How many more?
Have
how
a drink.
How many more of this?
Hang on, we're at 6, so we have
There's
4 more.
4 more and a
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
if it's needed.
Which is only really needed for the
Last
last
place.
To buy the beer.
Yeah.
The Godfather Part 3. Geostorm.
Oh, I forgot that movie even existed. Cole worked on
It
that.
only came out like a year ago.
Yeah, Cole
Yeah.
worked on it. It's bad.
About a year ago.
Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
Krager. Matt Damon.
Incorrect.
So Godfather Part 3, Geostorm, and all the Oceans movies except for the one with the ladies.
Correct.
I'm not. On it.
I'll give you a hint
Yeah.
since no one really has a guess.
Yeah.
In the Oceans movie, he was the head of the Bellagio.
Jordan, that guy with the spiffy suit who's dating George Clooney's wife.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
I
Anyone
can't.
have a
I
name?
can't think of his name. No.
His name is Andy Garcia.
I would have never, ever gotten
He's
that.
a cherry.
Yes, he is. Like that chocolate-covered cherry that we popped.
Andy Garcia will be 63.
That feels like a lifetime ago, this beer we first had.
Yeah.
Okay, your next person. I'm excited for this one. Hesitant Alien. Umbrella Academy. The Black Parade.
Cam.
Jordan.
Gerard Way.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because of his Hesitant Alien is the name of his
Yeah.
solo album.
Yeah.
Hesitant Alien was the name of his solo album, which came out in 2014. Gerard Way will be 42
My
years
emo
old.
dad.
He's
my
way
emo
older than I
dad.
thought he
He
was.
gained a lot of weight too.
Yeah, he is looking a little pudgier
Yeah,
now.
he's not okay.
Nah, we're not doing this again.
You took that way too far.
Your next person has had a total of 23 championships in his career.
That's a lot.
He is the son of Dusty Rhodes.
Jordan. Cody Rhodes.
Incorrect.
Cam. Gold Dust.
Goldust is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dustin Rennell's the third. Goldust, currently performing on Raw, will be 50.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Cody Rhodes had 23
No.
championships?
No, no way.
I thought maybe he got a bunch in the indies I was unaware of. I
Boo,
don't
I
know.
had no chance at that one.
All right, this is our last one.
Oh, no.
He has a Super Bowl ring. He is an NFL head coach and has a video game franchise
Krager.
named after
Jordan.
him.
John Madden.
John Madden is correct.
That means
Yeah.
that means Krager and I are tied
I
again,
had to
which
do- I
means
had
we
to get-
have
yeah.
to now.
John Madden will be 83.
This is what happened
So you don't
last
get to
week.
answer on
I
this
don't
one.
get to answer.
You're 3 for 3 on this freaking birthday.
I
Cam.
am.
And in all honesty, I think Cam would be the only one to be able to get this one.
Ah.
Maybe Jordan.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry,
we'll see.
Krager. I don't think you'll get
We
this
might
one.
have to do Rochambeau if we don't get this.
He's an American fashion designer from New York. Was the creative director of Louis Vuitton from 1997 through 2014.
Oh, that guy.
He has the initials MJ.
Jordan. Mark Jacob.
Correct. Mark Jacobs will be 56.
Sorry, Krager. But hey, you get to use that $25 gift card over at Telco now.
Oh yeah,
I'll
use that.
I'll use it this weekend
Yeah.
and get him.
Yeah, we'll get one for next week.
growler.
Get
I
a growler
told you
for
this
next
one
week.
was a little bit harder.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Happy birthday to all, and to all a good night. So
hey, we're consistent. I've lost every
you've
week.
lost
He's
everyone, you
won
won every week, and I'm
That's
always
true.
right in the middle. It's great. All right, so we're moving on to this is a long episode.
Yeah.
Man,
All
my
right.
brain is
Well, there was
not
also a
firing.
lot of
on-
B-roll in the
There's a lot of
beginning.
B-roll in
My
here.
brain is not firing on all
No, it
cylinders.
is not. All right, we're
I
moving
couldn't
on
remember
to
Angelina Jolie.
the next segment. I have a random question for you guys.
Random.
You want to hear the random question? Well, you don't do it until I ask the random question.
That's why I stopped.
Yeah. So this random question for you. If you've been given an elephant and you can't get rid of it, what would you do with it?
Elefante.
Huh.
I would teach it to paint.
That is not a bad idea.
That's so funny. I
Have you
like
seen
that.
Have you seen the elephants that paint self-portraits?
No, but that's
That's
awesome.
a real thing. Elephants paint self-portraits, and
And you
it
can
That
is
make some,
amazing.
you can make some coin off that.
I could, but and also, do you know that elephants, their brains fire in the same way ours do when we look at puppies, when they look at us?
Yeah, they look
So
at...
elephants think we are cute the same way we think
That's
puppies are cute.
amazing.
Which is funny because this
I was,
picture has a
I was
puppy
gonna
in
say
it.
my answer was gonna be I would just leave him with my dog to pet him all day,
Yeah.
and then my dog's getting pets all day.
Yeah, I'll show
Yeah.
you.
I would have to get a little bit of a bigger house.
I read that
It's a pet
too,
pet.
that
pet
elephants
pet,
look
yeah.
at humans the same way that humans look at puppies.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and elephants are like the most brilliant land mammal.
I would
Oh, yeah.
definitely ride the elephant
Hell yeah.
into
Battle. That's
in a
really
battle,
deep, dude.
but I was also gonna say into Agrabah. What's the place in Aladdin?
Agrabah.
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 Abu Dhabi.
Agrabah.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Oh,
Where they paint?
This elephant paints, and
Oh
it
my
paints
gosh.
portraits of itself.
No, there's multiple elephants painting right
Yeah.
now. That's
so
insane.
cool.
Yeah, and they pick their own color
You know,
palette and everything.
That's kind of a confidence killer when that elephant paints better than I do.
I mean, it doesn't paint better than me, but like,
Excuse me?
Sorry, I had a gargle there. Joe, what would you do with an elephant? Oh my gosh, it's drawing itself.
yeah,
That is amazing.
I would
Krager.
I would
Oh wow.
put
It's
a
so
drumstick in its hand and place a drum set in front of him.
And see
Oh,
what he
yeah.
does?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
I'd give him some peanuts.
Oh my gosh. Have him carry some log for
No,
you?
I mean like I'd honestly, if so, you can't give it away.
No, you can't get rid of it. It's
Then
with you.
I'd train it, to be like a cool pet. Teach it how to be like good with people.
Yeah.
Ride it. And I'd go
Make some money off it.
No, what I'd do is I would go to like I'd go to like places with like kids like one of the ride an animal, like nonprofit kind of a thing. Like,
Okay.
Like
Like a pet, petting zoo, but like with an elephant that you could ride.
yeah, something like that.
I do have a question for you. Is the foot of an elephant just called the foot? Is it a paw?
It's a foot.
I think it's a foot.
It's a foot. It
Pretty sure
also
it's a foot.
painted a tree with roses
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh, and it's holding
That is
a rose.
incredible.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, do you guys know how to get the elephant out of a refrigerator?
Nobody know how to get it out of the room.
You take the you could take the E out of safe and the F out of way.
Wait, what?
If you
E out
want,
of safe and the what?
if you want to get the best way to get an elephant out of a refrigerator, the safe way. You take the E out of safe and the F out of way.
E out of safe, the F out of way.
Yeah.
Savoir.
There's no F in way.
Yeah.
No, there's no F in way.
And that's junior high.
Good Lord, Krager.
You remember
that
that,
was
Cam?
such a
My man.
long. That was. All right.
I'm
Good.
sticking with Savoir.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Sephora.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is definitely not what we're calling this episode. Okay, so
Wait, I thought we were calling it, guys. Not Guardians of the Galaxy. Avengers comes out in China 2 days
oh my
early.
gosh, I know.
Be careful.
Be careful. Be careful. Wear that condom. So
What's that? Joe
we
would say?
we are on one of our last segments where the Scat Man.
I'm a scat man.
Dude, he sounds like freaking the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue guy.
Scat Man is
Merle?
here
Yeah, he sounds like Merle.
with the title, and then he is here, and he is me, and I am me, and I am the Scat Man, and I'm here to scat all over you.
Sounds messy.
Yeah, it is messy when I scat. I scat everywhere. All right, so Joe.
Yeah, that's another problem when
is-
you have an elephant. That's all the
Yeah,
scat.
yeah. Oh, I forgot to go to our get your think on.
Get your thing on.
So Joe's bringing the trivia this week, and Joe, would you like to reveal what the theme is this week?
I went through a lot of different ideas of trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
And you did general trivia.
General trivia. There was Game of Thrones, thinking of maybe mixing it with Lord of the Rings. Then I thought, we haven't done a music round. I would love to do a music round. However, I decided not to because I felt it was a big disadvantage to Krager.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
What a diplomat,
So,
Joe. You're such a
yeah.
diplomat.
And so anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge movie buff. I absolutely love movies.
Mm-hmm.
He loves when they
So-
buffer.
This theme of our trivia will be all about movie quotes.
Okay.
Oh, so are they all obscure movie quotes no one knows, so Krager will win?
This
Probably
is
not.
Just movie
Ryan,
quotes.
yeah, this is not trivia with buds, so
This-
they're not as obscure.
Okay.
This is probably
They're
once again
they're not
heavily
like
weighted to Cam.
they're not like that song
remember
from
quotes well.
1958.
Oh,
Right,
Yay.
I
exactly.
remember
Okay.
themes and stuff.
All right, cool.
So movie quotes. I'm gonna give you the quote, and you have to tell me what movie it's in.
okay.
Okay.
All right?
Is there multiple choice?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Number 1. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. A. Ocean's 11. B. Snatch. C. Fight Club.
Krager.
Jordan. Krager got
Krager.
first.
C.
Fight Club is the correct answer.
Yeah. After you said Fight Club, it made
Yep.
sense. Oh, yeah. You want to keep track of score?
My heart is pounding.
Oh.
That's not how my heart sounds.
That's not how the heart sounds?
No, it's-
Oh my gosh.
Yikes. Number 2. Life moves pretty fast.
Krager.
I think Cam got it first.
Cam got it.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That is correct.
Yeah, Cam got it
Life
first.
moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
It's just because Cam only watches movies with characters who have his name in it.
It's true.
Number 3. Get busy living or get busy dying. A. Goodfellas. B. The Shawshank Redemption.
Jordan.
C.
Is it The Shawshank Redemption?
It is The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, this is like the tightest race so
I
far.
was about to say Goodfellas just because I know how much you love Goodfellas.
Yeah.
But Shawshank Redemption is also really, really good.
It's all tied up 1-1 right now.
1-1.
Number 4. Aim small,
Krager,
miss small.
The Patriot.
The Patriot is correct.
Yep.
Aim Small, Miss. Who's Miss Small? How can I get her number?
Number 5. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. A. Constantine. B. Pulp Fiction.
Jordan. Pulp Fiction.
That is incorrect.
Dang it. What is that?
C. The Usual Suspects. D. The Departed.
Cam. The Departed.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
So what are my two choices?
A
Your
or C.
choices are A or C.
The
which
Usual
is
Suspects or
Constantine
Constantine?
or The Usual Suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
I'm gonna go A.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's The
A.
Usual
Constantine is incorrect. It is The Usual
Suspects.
Suspects.
After I said that and then you said Usual Suspects next, I was like, it's Kaiser Soze.
Yep.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
and like
I should have.
I
That's a
felt,
point
sounded
for
so
Joe.
familiar.
I
Yeah,
felt
point
like
for Joe.
Yeah.
I felt like Constantine was a throw off, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
That was my chance of freaking.
All right. Right now,
What letters are those?
Krager is still winning 2,
Oh,
Cam 1, Jordan 1.
really
Their
good lead.
side, yeah.
Number 6. Madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Jordan. The Dark Knight.
Correct.
Yep.
Dang it, I could have.
Jordan ties Krager with 2. Number 7. If it bleeds.
Jordan. Predator.
Correct.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. I just watched that like last month with Madison. I love that movie.
He's gonna
Stick
retain.
around.
He's gonna retain.
I don't know. It's still a tight race, and
There's
we still
two more.
have 3
Three more.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it. A. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Jordan.
Mind.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Incorrect.
Okay.
B. Big Hero 6. C. Lion King. D. The Green Mile.
That's a hard one,
Can
actually.
you read the quote again?
Oh, yes, the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it.
Krager. Was D the Lion King?
No, that was C.
I will go with C.
The Lion King is correct.
Yes! I started thinking that was the correct answer, but that was a hard one. Like, that could have
Yeah.
fit for most of those movies.
I was thinking.
is
I was thinking Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ah.
Number 9. Cam, you need these 2 just to tie.
Okay. Tell me it's the bottom of the ninth, 2 out.
It's bottom of the 9th, and there's 2 outs.
Okay.
Number 9.
Casey at the bat.
I feel the need. The need
Can't-
for speed.
Cam. Is it Need for Speed?
It is not Need for Speed.
That's a video game
That's a good-
franchise.
No, there's a movie with
There
Aaron
is.
Paul.
Oh, I
Aaron
forgot
Paul.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
A.
That was funny.
The Fast and the Furious. B. Top Gun. C. Gone in 60 Seconds. D. Cars.
This is really hard.
I feel the need. The need for speed.
Krager. Gone in 60 Seconds.
Incorrect.
Jordan. I'm gonna go with Cars.
Incorrect.
Okay.
The answer
What
is
is?
B.
What are you at?
Top Gun.
Oh, that was. I felt.
What's the score right now? Because there's one left.
Krager has
Craig-
3.
yeah, Krager and Jordan are
Jordan
tied.
has 3. Cam has 1. I have 2.
Okay, so Joe could tie it up here with us if we
Yeah.
both get this wrong.
Number 10. You had me at hello.
Jordan.
Krager.
Oh, now I'm second guessing myself. Is it Casablanca?
That is incorrect.
Okay. Oh, darn it.
Um.
Oh, I know it.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
are
no,
you
no,
kidding
no,
me?
no.
Can I? If he gets it wrong, can I guess next?
No, because
Because Cam has
a-
to guess.
Yeah.
If you don't give the multiple choice, can I guess? Because I know what it is now.
Oh, I know. I can't remember the name.
5,
I need the 4.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Give me the multiple choices.
I'm gonna say Jordan preemptively. So if Cam gets it wrong, I
No,
want to
you
do that.
can't.
No, because the
No.
tiebreaker is between me and Krager.
There's
Then
still another tiebreaker.
Yeah, there is a tiebreaker, and yeah,
But
there
I
is a
know
tiebreaker
this.
question.
I don't
Because
want
if
Joe
I-
to get the question.
I can't. Why am I sick?
All right, number 10. You had me at hello. A. Jerry Maguire. B. When Harry Met Sally. C. Sleepless in Seattle. D. While You Were Sleeping.
Cam's watching me, and I'm totally just making stupid faces at him.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Do you have a guess, Cam?
Is that Jerry Maguire?
It is Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. I should know this because I said, I thought the famous line was "Show me the money."
That's all I could.
This
think
was
of.
in trivia like a month ago.
My
Okay, so-
sick brain is so freaking foggy right now. I'm so mad.
Well, then,
So-
so it's me and Craig are
We
tied.
have a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Break that tie, and then we'll break your fever.
Your tiebreaker is I'm just one stomach flu away from my goal weight. A.
Krager, Legally Blonde.
Incorrect.
I thought that too. That I did. What that is.
A. Zoolander. B. Mean Girls. C. I Feel Pretty. D. The Devil Wears Prada.
I think it's The Devil Wears Prada.
Jordan, you are our two-time champion.
I'm a scat man. I'm a scat man.
Dude, I got the belt again.
Nice.
And look at the shame and despair.
It's
in all
funny
of them.
because Gregor and Cam are so competitive and so want this, and I'm not that competitive a person,
And
but
do
I'm
you
gonna
know-
wear this proudly.
Do you have any idea what this means? That Mr. Cam Daddy
You
Molador
have to bring-
will be bringing the trivia for next week's Around a
Uh-oh.
Round Table.
All right.
But here's the thing. We'll talk about this later, but you could possibly win the briefcase, which may help you out. Because here's the thing I think the briefcase should be able to do too. I think the briefcase should be able to make it so if you're in last place and you have to do it, you can also turn it and say, I don't have to do it, and then appoint one of the two people who
That's a
doesn't
nice
have it,
caveat.
and then say the topic as well. It's a great contract to have.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to do.
Okay.
But we'll
Nice.
explain how we'll get that in a bonus episode that's going to come out.
All right.
So we'll do that. Actually, no, this is going to come out later than the bonus episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to do WrestleMania predictions,
Okay.
which is the day after this comes out. So April 7th, Sunday. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. And whoever wins predictions gets to have the briefcase, which then gives them the opportunity to shoot for the title like that.
Okay.
A lot of good stuff. So yeah, cool, fun. Thanks, guys. So I guess we'll just plug it up here real quick.
Do it.
Plug it.
So you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at the handles Wreck My Podcast, or shoot us an email at wreckmypodcast@gmail.com. We are on all major podcasting apps and YouTube, so if you want to see our faces, then watch us there, you big creeps. Rate, review, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we will give you a shout-out on the podcast as we did with those reviews earlier in the episode. That was like 2 hours ago of us recording. If you want to support us, then go and get some fun rewards. Go to patreon.com/wreckmypodcast. For the $10 tier, you can get a Funko Pop that we'll send you. Super awesome. For $5, I'll send you a little fun toy as well. So there's some cool things you can get there. We have some great patrons. Ryan Buds from the Trivia with Buds podcast. Our mutual friend, Cole Phen of Cole Phen Enterprises, who texted me during the podcast, which is kind of fun. The Difference Between Us and the Brew Interviews, both great podcasts, so go check them out if you haven't yet and you like our stuff. If you don't like us enough to be on the Patreon, well, you're kind of out of luck now because we don't like Amazon anymore and I need to find something different to monetize. So don't go do the Amazon, Stephanie. Thank you to Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music for making some of our amazing songs. If you have a podcast or show that you need a composition for, hit him up at petrifiedgumbomusic.com. Weird name, but amazing music. We have episodes themed on specific topics that come out every Wednesday. This Wednesday, it's Saturday Morning Cartoons, where we do trivia, where we play the theme song of Saturday Morning Cartoons, and the guests have to guess what it is. We also eat Pop-Tarts, which is a lot of fun. We have episodes come out every Monday that are this thing, so check it out again next week. Thank you to my guests for being here. Thank you, Kreger. I know you're sick, so thank you for being here. Finally, thank you to the listeners, because without you, we would be like a tree falling in the forest with no one to hear us.
Bye. I love you.
I like you and I love you.
I miss you guys.